Hey people, Raz here. Ah, Christmas, it's nearly here. You can see the lights out on full display, hear the children playing, and hear the Christmas music blaring. It's my least favorite time of year. If you live in the northern United States like I do, your entire life has just been transformed into a white, wintry hellscape. Your commute will take longer, but don't worry about driving, bucko, because you're going to be sliding everywhere now. I think it's time to go somewhere warmer. Ah, that's better. The Sahara. Wait, what year is it? Ah, shit. That's right. Today's video is going to be about airplanes. By the time of World War I, they were only 11 years old. It absolutely floors me that people of that era trusted this new technology with their life. I still don't trust Alexa. Who is she working for? Did Bezos send you? She won't answer me. I digress. Today's video will be about the Sopwith Camel. But first, for you troglodytes who have never built a Cobi set before, the great God King provides alcoholic beverages with every one of his sets. They are period authentic and usually very tasty. Let's see what drink pairing God King Cobi has bestowed upon us today. Ah, a fine brandy. A fun fact, many of the pilots of this time were raging alcoholics. Knowing that you were under 20 and one bad flight could lead to your untimely demise, it's pretty easy to see why. Brandy was higher proof than the imperial rum ration most foot soldiers had. Due to this, it became very popular among the Air Corps. The Sopwith Camel was invented by billionaire playboy Thomas Sopwith. This young engineer had a passion for flying. Initially, he was building these planes just for fun. Before the war, there was a club of enthusiasts just like him who used to fly with him. Later, many of these men would invent the Royal Flying Corps, some going on to even become ace pilots themselves. Eventually, when the war came to England, he already had a small factory and was already on the cutting edge, and quickly started building planes for the military. He expanded this factory, and by the end of the war, they were making nearly 90 fighters a week. Listen to Mr. Sopwith himself explain it.
I don't think we really looked on the importance of what aircraft we're going to do in the future. I don't think anybody had the slightest idea as to how far they were going to be developed in a comparatively short time.
The Sopwith Camel was the Royal Flying Corps' answer to the German Albatross. Britain wanted a speedy, maneuverable aircraft. That being said, most of the pilots thought it was unruly because it was thick with 2 C's. It had a very heavy tail. This would force the tail downwards during flight. To maintain altitude, you had to apply a lot of forward pressure on the yoke. This, hilariously, was its secret weapon. Because of its heavy tail, it was able to turn on a dime. You could wing the yoke in any direction you wanted to go, and it would drift in that direction. Now watch here, as I also have issues with the tail. I took it off, but the camera was in my face, and I couldn't quite see where it was. Ah, there you go, stupid. Now time to roll it around like a toddler. Haha, wee. Okay, ladies and germs, it's time for the actual review. The first issue you're going to notice is with the print and the sticker here. For some reason, the British roundel does not tend to match up with the print that they have on the actual wing flap itself. The aileron is a little lower. The next issue you're going to see is with the center wing flap. This area is very loose, and while picking it up, this part often falls out. Both of those are very loose in the center. On the underside, you'll see a spot for a mount, which Cobi did not include with this set. You can thankfully pick one up on their store. They do sell those separate. The yellow also looks halfway decent, which I'm pretty proud of. Next, we've got some stickers on the side, another roundel, and then, of course, the stickers that are on the top of the wings themselves. On to my second complaint. The first part being the minifig itself. When they decided to cast this, I noticed the head barely fits onto the neck, and it tends to just pop right off without trying. Oh, man down. And also, you just saw the Vickers machine guns fall out. That happens a lot. I don't know if it's just my set or if all of them are like this, but the Vickers barely stay in. Another little area that you'll notice, especially if you have children, is the wheels fall right off. You barely have to tug on them and they'll just pop off. In general, you're not going to notice this if you're just, rolling it around or using it as normal. But if you grab that wheel, it is going to pop off, especially if you grab it by the axle. Really, that's my only other complaint. The set is damn sturdy and really good looking. If I were to make a recommendation, I would recommend you only get this if you are a collector. If this is something you're going to get your kid, it is going to fall apart pretty easily. Overall, I think it is an absolutely great model. It looks damn good on a shelf. It rolls and functions fine as an adult. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Not perfect, but damn good. So now it's time to finish out the history on this machine. In June of 1917, the plane entered service for the Royal Flying Corps. In 1920, it was retired. Roughly 5,490 were built. Collectively, the Sopwith is credited with taking down roughly 1,294 planes over its 3-year lifespan. Sadly, as soon as the war was over, Thomas Sopwith had to liquidate the company because Britain didn't need to buy fighters anymore. Through this rebirth, Sopwith and his partner, Hawker, were able to rebuild their brand. This led to them developing the Hawker Hurricane, which you'll see more of in the World War II series, and most famously, the Harrier jump jet, which you can see right here. As usual, stay tuned for more episodes. Up next is going to be the Fokker DR1. Thank you for watching. You're all truly wonderful. Bonus fact. During my research, I found a website where you could actually buy a real working replica of the plane and build it yourself. It's only like $14,000. That's like the price of a new car. Anyway, just thought that was cool. Bye for now.